FM. Feel the music.
30 años compartiendo juntos escenarios y aventuras. Platíquenme, por favor, qué es lo más valioso que les ha dejado en estas 3 décadas llenas de aventuras, seguramente, conocimiento y aprendizaje. ¿Qué es lo más valioso que obtienen, chicos?
So being a band for 30 years is, a long time, and it's a pretty cool accomplishment, I think, in some ways.
It's no joke.
It's no joke. It's a lifetime, literally. I think some of the things that are most kind of rewarding about doing this for this long, kind of the successes, the achievements, all the things, I think it is probably more than anything, it's the experience that you have with the audience and just that continual back and forth, being a part of people's lives, exactly, and of course, playing in different places, playing throughout Mexico, playing around the world. That's a really amazing thing, and very few people ever get to do that. So that would definitely be pretty high on the list.
I mean, just having people appreciate your music in a way that is not just a pop song in a moment, but becomes a part of their lives. I mean, that's something is very rare, and we've definitely seen that for sure.
Hablemos de su nuevo disco Red, Green, Blue, que es el que los está trayendo de regreso una vez más a los escenarios. Por favor, platíquenme del proceso creativo que tuvo este disco. Y es que tiene 15 canciones, pero yo sé que cada uno escribió y compuso alguna de ellas. ¿Qué nos pueden platicar?
The process of making Red, Green, Blue was very different, and I think that's an important thing to be doing at 30 years of being
Doing
a band.
different things, yeah, exactly.
So the idea was really to split the album into 3 pieces to show kind of, in a way, the parts of Hanson. Yeah. So Isaac wrote and produced 5 songs, Taylor wrote and produced 5 songs, and I wrote and produced 5 songs. And it made for a cool experience, I think, getting to watch each different guy do it their way, do their things. We've worked together now very long, we know each other so well, but you're still learning things, and hopefully fans are learning things by hearing this record and digesting it and kind of learning not only things they like about the band where we are now, but how that reflects on our history, our career, our catalog of music.
I think it's also a growth experience too, in a lot of ways, because in order to do new things and in order to grow, I think you have to challenge yourselves not only as a unit but as individuals, and I think that represents a really cool part of what this project, I think, did as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hermanos Hanson, su 30 aniversario va de regreso con el Green Red Blue World Tour. Entonces, por favor, platíquenos alguna anécdota, alguna experiencia que tengan por ahí, algún país que los haya marcado. ¿Cuáles son esas aventuras y anécdotas que tienen bien presentes?
One of the best things about this album was our other collaborators. I mean, these guys are okay. Jim Scott is a legendary mixer and a producer, and he was a part of the record, as well as W. Garza, our longtime friend. One of the interesting things about both of them is we've known both of them, who are both legendary in their work, for 2 decades, and having not actually made a project together from top to bottom. And so I think that was one of the standout things, was that we walked into a project where we had a good friendship, a good relationship with people that are absolutely incredibly, credible and capable, but we'd never actually worked together. Yeah. So it's rare that you have that situation. And
what's also interesting is they actually had worked together 20 years before that on David's second record, which was, I think, for me, part of where I thought that this idea could really work, of having them as a production team. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oigan, pero ya yo sé que en este tour interpretan la canción de Against the War. ¿Qué significa esto para ustedes? ¿Tienen por ahí algún sentimiento o algo que nos quieran compartir a manera especial?
Yeah, so we've already started the Red, Green, Blue tour, and it's been amazing, though. There's so much left to do.
It's a very long tour.
But I think one thing that's incredible for us with 2 years behind us where we haven't been able to tour, this feels even more special. It would be a special tour, being our 30th anniversary, sort of celebrating that milestone as a band. But the fact that it's also a sort of reunion of sorts with the fans has made it even more special. And so far, the shows have just been incredible. That mix of new music, 2 albums people haven't heard live, so
Yeah.
getting to play Against the World, getting to play Red, Green, Blue, but also getting to play that history of songs from the catalog, you know, from Save Me and I Will Come to You and Bob to I Was Born and Child at Heart.
Hermanos Hanson, a 3 décadas de éxitos y demasiadas canciones, ¿cómo definen su carrera, sus éxitos, su esencia? ¿Algo que nos quieran comentar?
We've been a band for 3 decades, and one of the interesting things about us, I think, is we're a band that fits in a lot of genres. And Red, Green, Blue, I think, really shows some of that style. When you look at the 3 singles, Don't Let Me Down, Write You a Song, Child at Heart, right? There's a lot of different style in what we do. But,
and that's true of previous records as well. It's just this record kind of, I think, accentuates the differences even.
I think, but if we had to pick a category, I think we probably still just call ourselves rock and roll or a rock band.
Pop rock or something like that.
Like there's a lot of guitars, there's a lot of drums, there's a lot of hays and hoes and shouting, and there's also a lot of harmony and a lot of hooks and hopefully songs that just get stuck in people's head.
At the end of the night, we always grab some rocks and we roll them across the stage.
Just to rock and
clarify.
Yeah.
See, I was just going to say maybe like whatever category the Doobie Brothers are in, I'm okay with that.
Classic rock.
Classic rock.
Pero ya hablando acá entre nos, en confianza, como decimos en México, ¿cuál consideran que ha sido la mayor satisfacción hasta ahora en su carrera?
You know, we have had a lot of amazing milestones. We have played incredible venues, you know, with
Sydney Opera House,
with
Hollywood
symphonies.
Bowl,
We've stood on stages, you know, in different countries all over the world. We've
Met our idols.
Yes,
you know.
we've been able to, you know, meet people that, you know, legendary people from Billy Joel to Paul McCartney. But probably the top thing would be getting news that Jelly Belly had named a jelly bean after the inspiration of us loving Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, so we love Dr. Pepper, and apparently conversations started between them and Dr. Pepper about making a Dr. Pepper jelly bean, in no small part because we had talked about that those were our 2 favorite.
You know what? I'm going to skip that over too. Also, George Lucas knowing our name.
Oh yeah, that would be another big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper jelly beans, George Lucas knows your name. All right, you're winning.
John Williams, we'd like to join you, do a little rock and roll scoring.
Desde su punto de vista, ¿qué papel tan importante es el que creen que tiene en realidad la música?
One of the great gifts of making music is it is one of those unifying factors. I mean, everybody disagrees on millions of different things, and you know, there's always reasons to be like, well, I don't agree with you, but music is the opposite. It's one of those things that gets people singing along. I mean, we've seen literally just this year how city after city, different countries, different backgrounds, guys, girls, old, young, I mean, people connect on music.
And also the gathering of a concert in particular, I think, is good for the soul.
Right.
In some
Sort of
way.
like gathering the whole neighborhood, every different person there, but we sing the same songs. And music is one of those art forms that actually physically reaches out and touches you through sound waves. And so I think it's really, really important.
Oigan amigos, pues ¿qué les pareció esta entrevista exclusiva para Ya FM con los hermanos Hanson de Hanson's Band? Que básicamente, la verdad, ellos iniciaron en la década de los años 90 y fue una entrevista exclusiva para Ya FM. Están próximos a venir a nuestro país, así que quédense bien pendientes de esta y todavía de muchas más entrevistas que se vienen para todos ustedes. Recuerden que están en la frecuencia impactante de Ya FM.
Ya FM.